Hey y'all, Real Housewives of Atlanta Part 2. At first, I thought it was going to be nothing to talk about, and I was kind of right. But after I rewatched it once or twice, I was like, okay, I can pick some things out to discuss. So let's just get straight into it. Part 2, it ended last week with Phaedra versus Angela and the whole thing about the text messages and the guy Marcus who came up to Angela, the whole thing. And said that, I know some things about your husband, whoop to whoop. And Angela had receipts, but the receipts that she had did not land. They were pictures, or she had some lady's name. The lady was apparently the aunt of Marcus, the guy who came up to her on the episodes, and said that she went to school with Phaedra's oldest brother. I was talking to my friend Sheldon, and he brought up, he was like, Phaedra should have said your oldest and my oldest brother, because they actually discussed Angela's age. Angela is apparently 43. I'll be 36 this year. So Angela's only 8 years older than me. So she brought her birth certificate, and yeah. Okay. And yeah. But I like Angela. I ain't gonna give Angela too much, but she thought she had something. I think what happened, somebody played Angela and she fell for it because of Charles' alleged cheating past and everything. And yeah. So far it's looking like Phaedra didn't have anything to do with that. So until there's clear evidence, I'm gonna go with Phaedra didn't have anything to do with the situation. So yeah. Let me see. What else is going on? She's also starting her line, Fanchi. I'll get one of Angela's fans. I will. Because I'm hot all the time, too. Let me see. Giving much love and much honor to Angela's mom. She lost her mom. That's the closest relationship you ever have with any human being, is a relationship between you and your mom. And tough. Okay, so Shamia, she tried to make a moment with Drew. Drew was pretty much dusting her off. It was crazy. Drew was doing the most, but she was sitting all the way on the end. But every second, it was a conversation involving Drew. Drew had something to do with it or something. So I was just like, it's just crazy that Drew's so far down on the couch. But I mean, I don't know. I like Drew. I definitely like Drew. This is the season where I've liked her the most, I'll say. At the beginning, when Drew first came on, her and Ralph, I was just like, these people are actors. But I've warmed up to her as the years have went by. But for me, I just feel like this is not the platform for Drew Sidora. I feel like Drew should be somewhere acting. I just feel like this program is almost beneath her, in the sense of it takes away from her real talent. Because she's a talented actor and she's a talented singer. And so I just feel like this platform just bring up the mess in her life. And I just don't feel like it's needed to further her career. Maybe financially, but in the long run, I don't feel like her being a Real Housewives is going to help her any, personally. But hey. Let me see. It was interesting. They showed the men coming in at one point, and Dennis was there, and Ralph is actually there. It's crazy that Ralph does blogs and stuff from the basement that he shares with Drew, and dogging her out, talking crap about the other housewives. It's just insane that you're doing all this and we still in the same house. Like, I don't understand that court order. You get to stay in the basement. No, if we divorcing, if we breaking up, we don't need to stay together. I just don't get it. And it's crazy. I brought that up to say it's crazy that Ralph is going to be sitting behind Phaedra across from Drew. Like, so you going against me in that way as well. Like, you're going to team up with people who don't like me to go against me, and we still in the same house. That's a lot. That's a lot to take, and I wouldn't take it personally. I don't care whose house it was. I would get a hotel or something, because I can't be bothered. It's too much. And I see Dennis, he's going to flip on Drew. Dennis is now going to be on Team Portia. He's going to be sitting right beside Ralph in the back of Portia. And so it's just a shame that everybody's on this part 3 that 2 men are going to be going against Drew. It's just kind of messed up. So I feel bad for Drew, but she gonna be all right, child. Cause talent at the end of the day, talent precedes all, and she's gonna be fine because she got more talent than Dennis, than Ralph, than Portia. So she gonna be all right. So anyway, what else is going on? Let me see. What I think the whole thing with Shamia, I think Shamia have always had issues with her and Portia's friendship. She's always felt slighted by Portia. She's always felt like less than in the friendship. She's always felt like Portia never treated her the way that she deserved to be treated, the way that she treated Portia. And she just got drunk, trusted some girls that she shouldn't have trusted, and it got out. That's all. That's pretty much it. You know, I don't think Shamia is necessarily wrong in what she says. It's just how it was done. And do I believe everything everything Shamia says about Portia as a friend? Yeah. But the way that it was done is just shady and messy. But do I also am on Portia's side in the sense that Shamia used an opportunity to do this? Yeah, I agree with that too. They're both wrong. So they just really arguing about both being wrong. But nobody wants to admit to being wronger. That's the problem. So let me see what else, y'all. I think Shamia asked Portia, "Why were you able to forgive Phaedra?" No, I think maybe it was Angela. And she said, "Time has saved that, and maybe time can save me and Shamia's friendship." But I don't know, because at the end they bringing up mamas now. You can't really come back when we start talking about each other's mamas. That's deep. I'm gonna have my mama back, and you're gonna have yours back. So now we're bringing up the mama's tea, and now families getting involved, the sisters and the cousins, and it's just now it's gonna be a whole family thing. And it's just, I just hate that it's gone to this point with Portia and Shamia. It's really unfortunate. As entertaining as it may be for us, it's unfortunate for them to see a real friendship dissipate. It's a shame. But hey, maybe all things are meant to last forever, darling. What else is going on? The more I looked at Drew's outfit, I despised it. Same with Kelly. It was just horrible. But on the flip side, the more I looked at Shamia's outfit, I liked it. I think Shamia looked great. I did. Everybody else just looked, however, Cynthia's makeup was way too thick. She could paint a wall with all that blush. That's it. Dang, Cynthia's a lot of foundation. Anyway, they got on the whole Cynthia thing with Kenya. She said she still ain't talked to Kenya. I see both sides. Similar to the Shamia and Portia thing. Two things can be right at the same time. I think that maybe Cynthia could have been more there for Kenya, since Kenya was her friend and she didn't know Britt. But also, if something's wrong, it's wrong. If you feel something in your spirit that's wrong, if it affects you and I'm your friend, I should be able to say what I need to say to you and vice versa. So, I don't know. I think maybe Cynthia went a little bit too hard for Britt before she got all the details about Britt, because Cynthia was not at the meeting, at the dinner that Shamia held, or whoever it was that held the dinner, Angela, at the bank, and when Britt came for Kenya, but she kept coming for Kenya, and then Kenya came for her. And so there you go. Kenya's hit was just the hardest. I'll say that. But once again, don't start, won't be none. So, I mean, I can't hit you and then tell me don't hit me back hard. I don't know how strong my hands is. Maybe I hurt you. My bad. So it is what it is in that sense. But I do hope that Kenya and Cynthia get back cool. But Kenya has been nasty to Cynthia before. Remember the Ultimate Girls Trip? She flipped on Cynthia then. So if I was Cynthia, I wouldn't be bothered with twirl. But we'll see what happens, right? Let me see. What else happened, y'all? Reading through my notes, child. they brought up Shamia and Britt saying that she was lying about her daughter not being sick and all that. That was mean and ugly of Britt to do that. But at the same time, they flipped on Britt completely. I completely understand it's not right per se, but I understand why Kenya did what she did against Britt. In terms of retaliation, not exactly what she did, but in terms of retaliation. But Britt didn't really do nothing to the rest of y'all for y'all to flip on her the way that y'all did. Shamia, you and Kelly, y'all both flipped on Britt. Y'all started talking about her. It started with that donations thing. Then y'all went to Grenada, and it was a whole situation. So y'all did flip on Britt. And Britt spilled the tea. Whether she was lying or not, Britt was just like, oh, I'm going to get y'all back. And so she just started, coming for the girls. And, I mean, what is she supposed to do? Just lay down and just watch her alliance, her new friendship come and go. Shamia, you were wrong for trying to create an alliance. But, I mean, I also get it. You're the new girl. It's like, okay, these old girls going to try to come for us, whatever. But, Shamia, you're in a unique situation because you know all the old girls. You've been around for years, Shamia. Just not as a housewife, but you know these girls. You know Cynthia. You know Portia. You know Phaedra. You know Kenya. You know these girls. And you're friends with them. So, why did you feel the need to create an alliance? But, whatever. We saw that didn't go anywhere, right? Let me see. They got into Drew versus Portia with the whole wedding thing. I don't care, really. Portia said she had some kind of medical issue as to why she couldn't go to Kenya and whoop to whoop. But, I mean, the kind of lifestyle that y'all have, aren't you constantly on a plane, Portia? So, I don't know. Baby Portia do got a medical condition. But I just wouldn't have went. I mean, hey, if you having a big celebration in town where I can easily come to versus going all the way out the country, and I'm probably just going to go to the one in town. Sorry, friend. Maybe that's why I ain't got many friends now, hey. But, yeah, so next week it's just going to get more and more ugly. This part 2 was overall tied and through. I did my best with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. But part 3 looks like it's going to be the most turned part. So, okay. I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google+. Follow me at SKingsmore on Instagram and Twitter. At SKingsmore89 on Snapchat. Chess King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App, PayPal, TikTok. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. I'll see you guys later.